to everybody. Good evening. Good evening to everybody. How's everybody doing? Good evening to everybody. I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News at America's Voice. How's everybody doing? Good evening. As I said, I will jump in here if it is necessary to explain some issues or some information that people are constantly asking, or there is an event that is important for everybody to know. As you guys know, the government of the United States of America, the advisory, they're advising to not travel to certain cities in the country of Mexico. And these cities, they are, having a lot of issues with kidnappings, missing people, and also violence and delinquents in these states and of the country of Mexico. The curious thing is that Juarez was not mentioned, and also Tijuana was not mentioned. There's a reason why Juarez and Tijuana were not mentioned. Coahuila is a border over here in our country of Mexico, and Sonora is another border in our country of Mexico. These cities that they were mentioned, it is Mexico City, it is Sonora, it is Coahuila, and also they're emphasizing on Guerrero. That Guerrero, they have a cartel war going on as of right now, and it's a really difficult situation what Guerrero is going on, what in the city of Guerrero that is happening, and also in Michoacan. There are certain cities that they're leaving out that they're really important for everybody that is traveling to our country. It is a difficult time for security and insecurity in our country. More than 32,000 to 35,000 is the number on the first year of Andrés Manuel López Obrador. That is our president. Is the most violent year and the first year of a president that ever started. That is why the government of the United States is taking this decision on preventing and being advising citizens of the United States to not travel to certain cities and certain states of our country. I think that is an incredible idea. I think that is phenomenal. I think that is an idea that it will actually put pressure on these particular states in our country so they can assure and they can be given the security that they need. This is what the United States needs to start doing. This is what the government of the United States needs to start doing. This is why I was telling you there are other ways to pressure Mexico to disrupt and to stop the violence and the delinquents with the organized crime. There are many ways, and this is one of the ways that it can start by advising tourists. That is the number one attraction for all these cities, that they're really important in our country, to prevent them and to tell them, you know what, watch out, don't go to this particular city, don't go to this particular state. This is what is happening, and it's going to hit them in the pockets. It's going to affect them directly. It's going to affect the local businesses. This is going to also ricochet into what the business and into what our government needs to start doing, that it needs to be protecting and needs to be assuring the security of the citizens of Mexico, and they need to start doing more prevention inspection points, so the security level will increase and the insecurity on killings and also on cartel activity can decrease on this particular cities and this particular states. Now, there's a curious thing in all this, and there's a curious thing why Tijuana, that is the number one city for violence and delinquency, homicides and killings in the world, is not there, and it's another one that is not there in the top 5. It's really curious if you put attention to the statistics, the world statistics right now, and the world stats of which cities are violent and delinquent and they have more insecurity in the world is Tijuana is number 1 in the world, and Juarez is number 5 in the world. Now, why the United States government did not put Tijuana as an insecure city to go travel to, and why the government of the United States did not put Juarez as another insecure cities to go travel to. This is the number 1 reason why, people. It's import and export. These are the 2 ports that connect to the United States, that they make a lot of money. They make millions and they make millions and millions every week. So by you saying that Tijuana, the number 1 city that is visited more in the world, the border that is visited more in the world, that is insecure, and don't go travel over there, it's going to affect directly the economy of the United States also, because it's a port of entry for export and importations of automobile parts, and also is going to affect the automobile industry and, big companies like Samsung, like Hyundai, like all these gigantic monsters that they are located over here in our city, is going to affect them directly in the pockets. This is why it was not, the United States did not designate Tijuana as a prevention as a city to be prevented to go and visit, and to go stop, if you're going to go as a tourist, to not go, and also Juarez is a big other entry point. It's a big other port of entry for truck drivers, for 53-foot trailers, 48-foot trailers, 45-foot trailers, that they import and export humongously through that part. So Juarez was not put on those cities that the government of the United States gave an advisory to citizens of the United States to not travel to certain cities in certain states of our country. Guerrero is one of them. Ciudad de Mexico is another one. Ciudad de Mexico has the highest rates on kidnappings and missing people, and also on sex abuse, and also on killings of women. Ciudad de Mexico has the highest one. Guerrero has a cartel war, really important cartel war that it can't be stopped, and it hasn't been stopped. Michoacan is another one. Sonora is it's a really difficult port of entry right now, because there's also another cartel war that is going on in Sonora. And Coahuila is extremely insecure, as we are seeing the illegal entrances on these caravans that they are arriving now. They are only arriving through Matamoros and Coahuila. Why through Matamoros and Coahuila? A lot of these caravans by Africans, they have a large community of Africans in Coahuila, in Ciudad Acuña, in all those little parts in Coahuila. There are massive caravans of Africans that they are arriving into those parts in Coahuila. Now, there's an intention by the United States government to not go to this particular parts, because there's diseases, they are insecurity with migrants, and also there are other factors that they implement, for the United States government to not let people go to those areas. That you got the different types of cartels that they effectively work on those particular parts on that area. It's considered the northeast area of our country, and then ultimately those cities are right now on a red flag for the United States government to say to the citizens of your country to not visit these types of states and countries. I will put, you guys already been sharing that the government post to what cities and states to not visit by tourists, and this ultimately is going to affect the tourism in this particular states, not only of Americans that they're coming, United States citizens that they're coming to this particular states, but whenever the United States government makes a statement, is a worldwide statement. It catches the eye of the world. So if it catches the eye of the world, it affects humongously and tourism that is coming from all parts of the world. Now that we're getting invaded and we're getting infiltrated by a lot of people from a lot of parts of the country, a lot of parts of the world, and we are getting overwhelmed by migrants that are coming across, from across the world. Now it is a thing that it is not controlled. It can't be controlled, and the security factor is going up. More than 32,000 murders in the first year of AMLO. We're number 2 in the world for killings and assassinations of women. We're number 2 in the world for the making of amapola. We're number 3 in the world for child trafficking. We're number 1 in the world. We're number 2 in the world for clandestine cemeteries. We're number 1 in the world for cartel activity. So we got 5 cities on the top 5, 4 cities on the top 5 for violence and delinquency, and 5 in the top 10, and 15 on the top 50. So our country is insecure. This is a great way to pressure our government of Mexico to make them work. Exactly like the tariff happened in the particular moment. They put the tariff on Mexico. Mexico started putting the National Guard. They started working, so-called working in certain parts of the country. Violence decreased a little bit, but they started having a relationship in terms to security with Pompeo and Marcelo Ebrard. That they're the ones, the international relations. So they started talking, and things started rolling. You got the ball rolling now. So Mexico already knows that they need to implement rules, they need to implement law, they need to implement the law, and also they need to implement more security routes for the citizens, not only of Mexico, but the citizens of the United States. Now, with this, calling out the country on which state they can travel and which state they can go if they want to visit Mexico, is an enormous effort. And thank you, government of the United States. Thank you for saying that. Why? Because this is an incredible, great strategy for the United States to put pressure on the Mexican government to start working and regarding the security factor. Now, the ideology and the idea from our president is hugs, no bullets. That strategy is not working. And also, President Trump already knows that the amnesty for prisoners and the amnesty for delinquents over here in the federal and state prisons, it's happening. So that I will talk to you guys in another segment about what it means, this amnesty that AMLO is going to put for criminals that they have, they have committed certain types of crimes, that they can apply for that amnesty. So it is going to open up more. It's going to open up more for more violence, for more delinquents, for more. It's going to increase more. So this is a great thing for the United States government. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for pressuring our government again. You're making our government work again. Thank you so much. Without you guys, without the help of you guys bringing all this, you guys are practically watching what is happening. But I think that, Tijuana and Juarez were not put on those cities is because of the enormous economic factor that Tijuana brings to the United States. The most economic factor that Tijuana brings on the United States is the import and export through the port of entry in Otay, the truck driver port, the semi-truck port of entry. It has a lot. It creates a lot of money. You got all these monsters, Ford, Toyota, you got Hyundai, you got Samsung, you got Sony, you got all these big monsters that they create a lot of money for the United States, and also the United States to Mexico. That if you put Tijuana out as an insecure country, a lot of businessmen and a lot of investors are going to run away. So this is an incredible, this is a really strategic way, and it's really important how they are managing, the different points in which cities they're going to put as strategy of insecurity in terms of visiting and doing it and going as a vacation or being a tourist in this particular cities. How's everybody doing? Good evening. I told you guys that I was in a vacation. I was going to jump here if something important comes out. I believe that this is really important for everybody to know. I've been receiving a lot of messages regarding, this post by the United States government in terms of which city to visit and which city not for security reasons. I decided to do a video. Like I told you guys, if it is something important, I will jump in here and I will tell you guys which cities. I will tell you guys the information that is much needed. Also, I'm planning to do a video. Before ending the year on what is the perception of Mexicans and what is their opinion on the Trump impeachment, on this Trump impeachment that is happening in the United States, that me, as a Mexican citizen, I believe that is the most unfair thing and the most unjustifiable thing that it has happened in history in the United States. You guys are witnessing history. The only man that is trying to do things right, and he's getting impeached. You know, I'm not gonna get into this rant about, you know, this and that. There's a lot of people that they're more informed, that they live in the United States, that you guys need to follow and you guys need to listen. One of them is my partner, Conservative Anthony, as he is trying to inform you guys also what is going on in the impeachment. Follow him. Also follow my other colleague, the Captain Ben Bergquan. Follow him, as he is doing an incredible and phenomenal job over there in America's Voice. And follow every freelancer that it can give you, and also independent reporter or independent journalists. Follow them, as they can give you the correct information of what is happening in this Trump impeachment, that I believe that is the most unfair thing that it can happen to a president that is trying to do his job. He's trying to do his job. As me, as a Mexican, my opinion is that the Democrats are the ones that need to be impeached, and are the ones that need to get the hell out of that country. If they don't like it, go live into a socialist country and try to live over there with the salary, with the lifestyle in a communist and a socialist country. Go and get the hell out and stop contaminating the United States. Get the hell out of that beautiful country and go and live in a socialist and communist country if you like that. Because that crap, when Trump is in office, is not coming. And believe me, guys, believe me, this all you guys that, you know, us, that we admire the president of the United States, this is going to ricochet for them. It's going to backfire on all these people. Apparently, you know, I've been informing myself from Congress. It goes to the Senate. The Senate, you know, it has the majority of their Republicans. They're going to, it's not gonna go further than that. So he is going to, you know, the impeachment is going to, you know, flush away. He's going to continue on 2020, and he is going to win the election. It's going to be a complete embarrassment for all these Democrats and all these socialists. It's going to be a complete embarrassment for all of these people. For all of these people, it's going to be the most embarrassing thing that they have gone through in life. Why? Because they are doing whatever it takes to impeach that man, and it's not going to work, and it's not going to happen. Now, it's obligation to you guys. You guys remember when we started doing live feeds, and in the middle of 2018, we were talking about, before the middle of 2018, January, February, March, me and Anthony and me, we were talking about how difficult it was going to be for the elections on 2020 to Trump. And a lot of people of you guys we're like, no, it's going to be easy. Trump is going to win. It's going to be real easy. No, we got this in the pockets. It's already done. You know, it's you know, it's already in the pocket. We're not, it's you know, it's done. Trump is going to win. Remember that I told you, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult because Trump is really affecting the socialist agenda. And it's a massive force. It's not just the Democrats. It's the Soros. It's the United Nations. It's the New World Order. It's the Vatican. It's the elite. It's the banks. All of these people are pressuring to get Trump out. So I told you guys, it's not going to be easy. And this is actually happening. It's not easy, but, you know, citizens of the United States, you need to wake up, get out there, man, support your president, and make him win on 2020. Make him win on 2020. That's what you guys need to do. Support him at the mats and as much as you can. You know, try to go out there in rallies. You know, all these Democrats are getting out there and expressing their hatred against the president of the United States. You guys go out there. You guys go out there and protest. You guys go out there and rally. You guys go out there. This is the time. This is the time, people. It's crunch time. Wake up. This is the time for you guys to pick up your flag, pick up your hat, pick up your shirt. Go out there and support your president and stop this madness and make him win again. Make him win, so you will demonstrate that socialism is not going to enter to your country, and communism is never going to be an answer to your country, and that a wall is needed for protection of every country. Every country needs to be respected with immigration laws. It needs to be respected. The sovereignty needs to be respected. Nationalism is not a crime. And also patriotism needs to come back to private schools in general. Patriotism, the love for your country, the love for your flag, the national anthem, the history of the country. It needs to come back and it needs to stay. So fight, people, fight. This is your time. Wake up. God bless you all. God bless you all. For every question, somebody has a question right now that before I go, I need to go back to work. Before I go, if somebody has a question, I will gladly answer the questions. I will give you guys 5 to 10 minutes for you guys to ask me a particular question that you guys want to ask. Smiley face right there. I don't know who it is. God bless you. Big hug. Okay. Questions that everybody wants to ask, I'm right here for you guys. Somebody has a question, go ahead. Thank you so much, Sally Little Shell. Love you too. Thank you so much. Thank you, Susan. Thank you so much. How do I buy a shirt from you? Go to my page. There's a website. You can order them directly from the website. Amy Fink, love your passion, Oscar, from Arizona. Thank you so much. Why your nickname Blue? In honor of somebody that passed away. What is the feeling locally from the people of TJ? I will tell you that, the majority of the people in Tijuana, they love their city. And their city is really important for them. And a lot of these people in Tijuana, they're starting to realize that the president of the United States was eventually right on some things. It's really hard to convince them because it's a working process. It's really a working process. So, but the good thing is that they are realizing that there was, that he was right all this time, that all these problems that they've been happening in our country, they've been happening in our city, all that it was coming, Trump tried to prevent it. So they now understand and they're learning. God bless you, Oscar. Love you and appreciate you. Thank you, Miss Barbara. Thank you so much. Errol Robinson, thank you, Oscar, for being a good source of info and encouragement. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you. Who's this? Errol Robinson. Thank you so much. Teresa Donahue says Soros is behind this mess, and it's behind a lot of mess. It's behind the whole mess that is going on in this 154 countries. It's behind of all this mess. Marianne Monarch, hey Oscar, haven't seen you in a while. Yes, I was I'm in vacation, but I'm going to jump in here for you guys. If if something important comes up, I will come in here. What are your thoughts on President Trump? I already said this before. President Trump, I think that is an incredible man. He's a really intelligent man. He has changed my perspective in terms of nationalism and patriotism and love for your country. There's a lot of Mexicans that we feel like this. There's a lot of Mexican women that they feel like this. Exactly like the way that I feel. And this is important, that we need to support. Whether he's not my president, I support him. And everything that he's doing, I believe that he has a lot of love for his people. What is happening in Hong Kong, it's amazing. Hong Kong, all the people coming out and singing the national anthem of the United States, that means that they're supporting the president of the United States. I'm not singing, the national anthem, but I can tell you that I love my neighbor. I love my neighbor, especially I love San Diego, California. That is the city that I, since I was little, I crossed legally with a visa, and then I became a resident, I love San Diego. San Diego is a beautiful city, and the United States of America is a beautiful country. God bless you, Oscar. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you so much, Debbie Davis. Betty Murphy, Soros is the money. Obama, Clinton are their planners. You know, that's a really deep story, but they're part of it. Have a very blessed and Christmas to Oscar and the moderators. God bless all my moderators, and God bless my manager. And also, God bless my partner, Conservative Anthony. I love that guy, man. I love my bro. Follow my partner, Conservative Anthony, as he's running for Congress in District 16 of El Paso. Also, follow Sandra Lee Whitten, as she is running for Congress also. District, I forget. She's going to kill me for this. But you know, I send her a big hug. Send her a big hug. You know, and follow all these young people, grassroots people, if they want to fight for their country. Follow all of them. There was a question right here. I'm sorry, people. The feed is running real fast. Oscar, do you think that America and Mexico will ever unite against the organized crime? They have been working on that for a lot of years, but the thing is that it's a multi-billion business. So there's a lot of corruption involved. As for, you know, in officials in the United States, as for Mexican. So, you know, there's a lot of corruption, there's a lot of money, and it's really difficult to stop that because it's a multi-billion business. I now think the Dems did this to use it against him during the election interference. Yes, it's one of the things that they're doing, so they will distract, you know, they will distract this man from winning on 2020. They are so afraid of him winning on 2020. Iztapa, Zihuatanejo, it's a beautiful part. It is safe. Terry Bernarden, thinking of going to Iztapa. How are they reacting to us Americans? It's beautiful over there. Don't even worry about it. Iztapa is beautiful. You're good. When are you back from vacations? I don't say that. Hello from Mazatlan. I'm on vacation to go home Saturday. Boo-hoo. Love your country. Okay. You know, enjoy yourself in Mazatlan. And eat tostada de ceviche. Tostada de ceviche. Eat that one. O un taco gobernador. Pide un gobernador. Those ones are good. As usual, your info is very interesting and very good to know. Thank you, Oscar, and much respect, Maine. Thank you so much. God bless you. Monique Renee says, Oscar, they were literally posting propaganda everywhere that he has been impeached, and if he is being removed, everyone was having to be correcting the sheep. He's still the president. That's why they're still mad, because he's still the president. Hi, Oscar. Watch the rerun, okay? Ceviche con cacahuate. Yeah. Beautiful. All right, people. God bless you guys. I will jump in here if I have something important to you guys, for you guys to say. I will do the Spanish feed right now to tell everybody that what is happening and what is going on over here in our country. In terms of, you know, tourism, I'm sorry, excuse me. In terms of tourism in our country, I need to do that also in Spanish so people will know and be advised on what is happening over here. God bless you all. Stay safe, people. Follow my partner, Conservative Anthony, as he's running for Congress in District 16 of El Paso. He's trying to do his best, man. He's trying to do his best. He's a wonderful guy. Follow him, as he is going to win, man. He is going to win. Let's go. People, God bless you all. Stay safe. Follow my, also, before I go to my channel at YouTube. Follow and subscribe my channel on YouTube. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Stay safe. And always remember, peace and love, everybody. Because always your country is first. Stay safe.